The difference between creating an appointment and scheduling a meeting is that when you create appointments, you put it on your calendar. When you schedule a meeting, not only do you put it on your calendar, but you can send out an email with a copy of that appointment that if people accept that meeting, it'll automatically copy over onto their calendar. Not only that, but when you schedule a meeting, they have three options. They can accept the meeting. Like I said, it'll automatically copy that appointment to their calendar. They can mark it tentative. It'll still copy the appointment to their calendar. Or they can reject it. Either way, whether they accept, mark it tentative, or reject it, they can quickly send a response back that will let you know. And you can actually keep track of those responses, which we'll cover a little bit later on. Okay, I want to go ahead and schedule a meeting here on May the 6th. So over in the Date Navigator, I'm going to click on the 6th. Before I move any further, have you noticed there's no appointments here? And these tabs over on the left and the right hand side will show up if there's no appointments on that date, where I can click on one to go to the next appointment, after May 6th, or click to go to the previous appointment. If I click on go to the next appointment, it takes me to the next date that has an actual appointment. You can see up at the top it's an all-day event on the 7th. In fact, it's an all-day event for not only the 7th, but it goes to the 8th. Another side note here is that when you hover over one of these time slots, if you give it a second or two, it'll actually give you a little pop-up that says click to add an appointment. If you don't need to go into much detail, just basically the time and the subject of the appointment, then just go ahead and do that. Click there and type in the subject of your appointment, dentist appointment, whatever, then hit enter and you're done. I mean, it's very simple and very fast and easy to do. Double click to open it up. I mean, that's all you need. Dentist appointment, you clicked on the time, 10 o'clock, and there it is. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Okay, on to schedule our meeting here on the 6th. Now there's two ways to schedule your meeting. The first way is just to go ahead and select your time slot here, 10, let's say, and then come up here and click the new appointment button. And then to change this appointment into a scheduled meeting, what you have to do is click under the actions group here, invite attendees. When you click on that, it changes it into a meeting and it adds the to field where you can go ahead and type in the email addresses. Now that's one way. Let me go ahead and close out and say no. The other way is just a simple right click, go down to new meeting request, click on it, automatically opens it up with the to field right there. So you don't have to click on that invite attendees button. Now I can type in the email addresses, or let me show you another option. Click on the to button. Now you have your address books. I have my default contacts, and then I have my personal contacts here. And then notice down below I have three different buttons. I have the required button, the option, and the resources. So in other words, I can come up here and select, let's say, Bob Ross, click on the required button. It adds his email address down below, so when he gets this scheduled meeting, it's going to show that he's required to attend. Maybe this is a meeting about promotions and Bob Ross is one of the employees who's going to get a promotion. And then we can select others like Henrietta, where she's optional. Maybe she doesn't have to attend because she might be busy. Of course, if you notice down here, I don't have the email address. Like I said in an earlier training video, the to field here will display not only emails but also business faxes. Now, if they do have their emails set up to receive faxes, then this is okay, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the backspace and delete that and select Henrietta here, her email, and click optional. And you can go ahead and click and add as many as required as you want, like Jason Hawes. Go ahead and click required. And all it does is it adds a semicolon and then puts in his email address and so on. Now the resources down below are things that you may need at your meeting, like maybe a projector, a teleprompter, a television, a DVD player, resources. What you can do is you can set somebody up with an email address, one for each of those resources. So I can have, like, let's say Mark. He's going to have a bunch of emails that will be coming at him, like because he's the resource manager. He'll be projector at dreamforce.us, DVD at dreamforce.us, television at dreamforce.us. So when I go ahead and add one of those emails and I click OK and I send it off, when he gets projector at dreamforce.us, he just needs to accept or reject whether that projector can attend the meeting or not. Okay. The other option is that if you have the Microsoft Exchange server set up for you on your network, then you'll have another button you can click on for those resources. But again, that's up to you if you want to be able to do that. Then when you're finished, go ahead and click OK, and there they are. Now, if some of the people you're inviting aren't within your address book, you can, of course, always add them here. Now, I'm going to delete these guys and actually type in another email address here and hit the Tab key. Again, using semicolons to separate each email address. Let's say the subject is going to be about the company party this summer. Location will be the Canyons. And then of course set up your time. I mean, we start at 10 a.m. Maybe it's only going to be a half hour, in which case I'm fine with that. I won't change it. Now, before I go ahead and click send and send this off to those I'm inviting to this meeting, if you do have a Microsoft Exchange server in your company, you can come up here on the meeting tab to the show group and click on scheduling. In here, it'll actually keep track, if they set it up, other people's schedules. So when I'm sending an email to Bob, and let's say this is John, it'll go ahead and it'll list whether they're busy or not. In fact, down at the bottom you can view the legend. If it's busy, it'll be in blue. If it's tentative, it'll be slashes this way to the right. If it's no information, it'll be slashes to the left. Now, I don't have an Exchange server, so I don't have a link to these people's calendars where it can actually tell me what they have in those calendars to see if they actually have appointments that are blocked off. If they are blocked off, then I can come in here and go ahead and click at another time, maybe an earlier time or at a later time, or click and drag to stretch the time open here. Okay. In any case, I'm going to go back to my default view, the appointment, and of course you can see I made the changes. I stretched it from 10 to 11:30, an hour and a half. In any case, if you do have the Exchange server, those are a few additional options you can use. Go ahead and click send and off it goes. You can see that it's scheduled in my calendar here. Now it's being sent out to others to see if they'll accept or reject the meeting. If they, again, do accept the meeting, then it'll automatically take this appointment and schedule it right on their calendar here. And when I double click to open this up, you can see that the reminder is set for 15 minutes prior to the meeting. That'll also be scheduled on their calendars as well. Now, if you want to see what it looks like when people actually accept or reject your meetings, then you'll want to watch the training video, Reply to Meeting Requests. We've got a few other things we want to do before we get to that video here. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month, you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.